I just wanted to show you a few things about manipulating a document in Google. The tools are similar to Word if you use Microsoft Word, but I just want to go over the toolbar here, make sure you know how to do some of the basics. As you can see right here are the font choices. So if you highlight something and then choose a different font, you can do that. You can resize it. Um, you can bold it, italics, all of those things. Here's where you align if you want it left or center or right. Here's your spacing, double space, single, so you would just highlight the area you want to change. Here again, you would highlight something. If you want to add numbers, you could always hit undo right over here. Here's where you would bullet something. I'm going to undo that. So those are some of the basics there. Now this is what you call a HyperDoc template. All it is a table. If you wanted to start one from scratch, this is how you do it. You just put your cursor somewhere and you'd go insert table, and you would decide, oh, I want it to be 2 or 3 wide and several deep. And so here's your new table. So you can just space in here and make this thing as, you can drag this thing over if you wanted to. You can right click, insert a column above, below, insert a column to the right. So maybe, changed your mind, you want 3 columns. Now I changed it back to 2 with the undo button. When you highlight these things, you can go up here, and over in here there'll be a few more options. This is where you can fill, or you can change the color of the line. I'll make this really annoying. And then you want to make it really thick so it stands out. You can do that. Dotted. So there's some options there. Pull those extra options down with the 3 dots. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that table. We have another table, so I'm just highlighting the whole thing and then backspacing to get rid of it. So down in here, there's template ideas for doing a lesson. Maybe you want to put a little interest sparker in here. Let's say you just want to put in a video. So you can't insert directly a video in Docs. You can when you're in Slides, but here you're going to have to insert a link. So I'm going to go over here. I'd already kind of identified one in YouTube. So right up here is the link. So I'm going to highlight up there. And I'm going to go Control-C, or you could right-click and copy, and then go back to the place I want to. Whoops, sorry, wrong one. Right in here, I want to right-click and then paste. So now that will be my YouTube video that I want them to watch. Maybe you want them to look at a picture. So you could insert an image that you have uploaded from the computer, or you need to search the web. Let's just say, I don't know, we're going to say steak. I'm talking about foodborne illness, and I want a picture of a steak. So I'm going to pick one and insert that. So there you go. There's how you do that. Now let's say I wanted to, if they click on this picture, I want it to take them to a website about steak. I could go insert a link, which is right here. I could also go insert and find a link right here. But I could say link. Oops, I got the wrong picture. You gotta have the picture highlighted that you want. Link. And then right here you would type in your link. So let's just say I want them to go to the www.cdc.gov. So you would apply that, and then when they click on it, there would be an option to go to that link. I don't think I spelled it right. Oh, that's a real site. So anyway, that's how you do a link on a picture. what else might be handy to know? You can do tables inside of a table, and this is nice so that you can make your grading easier. So tell me 3 things you have learned, and then insert table 1, 2, 3. So then, and to make this stand out from the other part of the HyperDoc, I would probably highlight it and change the color right here to something so that it stands out, and they know that they are supposed to type in those. You could insert an article, link to that. I think I found one over here. Here's a website. There's a CDC website. Let's say we want to food. Let's search. Let's refine the search to news and see if we can find a recent article. All right, looks like there's one on red onions here, and I want them to read that. So I will go up here, highlight. I will Control C, or there again, right click and copy. Obviously, you don't want to read this first, make sure it's what you want. Then go back and Control V or paste. So you could say, and lots of times if you click right here, it'll give you a shorter. Do you want to replace it with its title? Yes. So that's much easier to read than, so you could say, over here, you could say, read this article. And then below here, you could say, you could start asking them some questions. What is the main point, or whatever you want to ask? So this kind of makes it an interactive document where you can put pictures and links, fill in the blank. And when you assign this type of thing in the Google Classroom, you make them their own copy. So they will be able to fill it in right away and then turn it back in through Google Classroom. Just a couple more things if using Docs is new to you. This is probably similar to Word. It's been a while since I've used it, but if you go to File, this is where you can make a copy of the document if you want to save the old version and make new. Here's where you can download it and export it to Word or a PDF if you wish to. If you go way down here towards the bottom, it's kind of hidden. You can, you can get to where you can print it. Here you go, print. It's also a shortcut to a printer right here. And then also down there kind of low is page setup. That's where you can change it to landscape or portrait. Also change the width of the margins, which is kind of nice. And it's kind of fun, and this is sort of something a lot of people don't know, is how to change the color of the whole page. So I just changed it to a light yellow so you'll see the difference. So there you go, and that's kind of neat. And then you can still change these boxes so that they stand out from the yellow background. And let's say we're going to make them lavender. So you can see, you can add a little more color, highlight the boxes, or over here, down here is the page setup where you can do the margins, page color, change the orientation. One other thing I think I haven't mentioned yet is right here is where you find the spelling and grammar. So it will check that for you. If you highlight everything or highlight certain parts, it'll count the words. You can go to a dictionary. There's some line spacing, add-ons, or you get extra fonts and things if you want to explore that. Here's like get add-ons right down here. And that's about it, I think.